everyone, and welcome to Playtime with Dolphy and to episode 2 of season 2 of The Last Door. I hope that you have all been enjoying me replaying season 1 and season 2 of this game. Again, this is one of, if not my probably favorite horror games on PC of all time. I've been playing it since its very early Congregate days, for those of you who remember that Flash game site. And I have this on multiple systems, so that is a testament to how much I love this game. If this is your first time tuning in, be sure to check out the playlist for The Last Door in the link below, because they do kind of recap with each episode, but you're better off basically watching the videos from the first video and following along with the story, because they all really do tie in pretty closely together. So I'm going to go ahead and select episodes. We played The Playwright last recording, so we're going to be going to next episode, which is episode 2, My Dearest Visitor. Dr. Wakefield and Kaufman pay a visit to eccentric Professor Wright, whose research may cast some light over the strange events they have witnessed so far. New game. Previously on The Last Door. This is what I meant by somewhat of a recap. Wakefield and Kaufman followed the only clue they had on Devitt's location. The recipient of Anthony's disturbing letter, Alexandre Dupree. Wakefield visited the East Hill Asylum to gather some information on Dupree's past. Wakefield discovered that Dupree was the leader of a secret society known as the Playwright. He learned that they practiced rituals with the goal of peering through the veil, the line that separates the common world from an outer void full of holes. One of East Hill's I had my computer muted still. Very, very sorry, everyone. One of East Hill's patients turned out to be a member of the Playwright, but she escaped the asylum. Wakefield and Kaufman followed her to her hideout, a cabin in the mountains, when suddenly a big flock of birds appeared. I must forget nothing. Everything must be set. When the time comes. What is he gonna do with that rope? And I am visited again. Ooh, I guess he was pulling down the wood. Oh, was he collapsing that in on himself? I think he was either collapsing the mine or he was making it collapse on himself. I don't know. Absolutely love the intro of season 1 and season 2. Has some of the best video game music I think I've heard. Like, it sets the tone so much. Peep! Evil Peep. Misunderstood Peep. Okay, The Last Door. For a moment, the sky was dark. We heard the calls of 1,000 birds, but another sound rose above them. A sound I cannot describe. That looks like the outline of a bird, almost. What? What just happened in here? Where is Miss Conhay? We are too late. It is ashes. The windows are covered with wooden planks. It looks as if they were trying to keep someone from entering. Or something from getting out. Chalk, a circle, drawn hastily on the floor. She thought it could prevent what she knew was about to happen, but she was wrong. I do not know what to make of all this. I do. Are you alright, Kaufman? It is nothing, mein friend, just a bit of a cold. Now, mein friend, I think we should talk. In light of the events we have recently witnessed, the matter cannot be delayed any further. You must make an important decision. It is not yet too late to go back to our daily lives, if you do not wish to continue. You must forget all about your patient, Jeremiah Devitt. You will have to keep to yourself everything you have learned about the mystery of his disappearance, and never talk about it again. But should you wish to continue this search, you will need to accept the consequences, whatever they may be. Please do not take this decision lightly. The path ahead is not without peril. You know my answer already, Kaufman. I must know what happened to Devitt. So be it then. As you may have already realized, this matter involving your patient transcends the limits of psychiatry as we know it. We are not dealing with the effects of trauma or the demons of the subconscious, at least not in the terms we are used to. We are dealing with something old, something dark. A sinister truth that has been buried deep for generations. This man, Alexandre Dupree, and his organization, I think they seek to uncover these secrets. And I feel they may have already. Miss Conhay's fate, whatever it was, must be related somehow, but my knowledge of this area is simply not sufficient. We must pay a visit to an old friend, someone I never thought I would want to see again. The man who introduced me to the extended scientific field of the occult. My mentor, Professor Adam Wright. Season 2, Episode 2, My Dearest Visitor. This specific episode has one of the most frustrating puzzles in the whole series. It's a globe puzzle. I will be following a walkthrough for it. I do not feel like torturing myself with this puzzle like I usually do. I'm not doing it. Following a walkthrough. Right manual. I doubt he is away at this time of day. Perhaps he cannot hear us from the front. Let us try the back door. Mrs. Oakwood. She is the Manor's housekeeper. Yes? Who is it? Good morning, Mrs. Oakwood. Don't you remember me? Why, Dr. Kaufman. Bless my soul. It's been so long I hardly recognize you. How nice to see you again. Allow me to introduce my colleague, Dr. John Wakefield. Is the professor at home? We would like to see him. Why, yes, Doctor, of course. I am quite forgetting myself. Let me take you to him. It is really good of you to come. He receives so few visitors these days, on account of his condition. His condition? Oh, sir, I am right. Sorry. I thought you knew. The professor, he suffers from an ailment afflicting his brain. He is now entirely confined to his bed. Well, we journeyed all this way, and I don't think we're going to get much help. Professor Wright, you have visitors. One of them is your old friend. Look, do you recognize him? It is Johann, Professor, your old pupil. I reckon he does remember you, Johann. It has been a long time since I have seen him so excited. I will leave you two to talk to the professor. It might be difficult to keep him on one subject for long, but oh, it does him such a world of good to speak with old friends. Should you need my assistance, I will be in the backyard. Professor. Uncle James, you are back. It is I, Professor, Johann Kaufman. Where is father? Where has he been taken? He suffers from some kind of memory loss. Yes, I am afraid he will not tell us much in this state. If we could but stimulate his memories, maybe then he could tell us of his research, something to unravel the mystery of the playwright. perhaps. We have few other options in any case. Let us try. Why don't you explore the manor? There may be some object we can use to jog the professor's memory. Meanwhile, I will try and talk to him about the time we researched together. That could also help him remember. Let's go poking around where our nose doesn't belong. The snow is falling outside, slow and silent. A large wardrobe of engraved wood. A lamp provides a soft glow that somehow lacks warmth. A painting of the ocean at the end of the afternoon. There is a figure in black on the beach, but its face is shrouded by a hood. I don't know if that's a picture I personally would want in my house, but to each their own. It's locked. The sign on the door reads attic. Of course the attic is locked. The attic is always locked in all these games. Bathroom. Though I see myself in the mirror, the reflection is strangely distorted. A large porcelain tub, its hefty weight supported on 4 blackened iron feet. A thin ring of damp residue around its interior suggests recent use. A gilded pipe, it runs from the floor to the ceiling. An old stone tower is depicted in the painting. Thorned vines have slithered across the entrance, forming a swarming blockade that almost seems to come alive when stared at for too long. What's in this picture? An oil painting. It shows an obscure medieval scene. Locked. Won't open. I don't know if it's supposed to say locked, it just won't open. Downstairs we go. A porcelain jar containing some dried branches. Portrait of Professor Wright. His appearance was quite different back then. An imposing, inquisitive figure. This door opens. What about this one? Oh, that's where that pipe goes. It is locked. Of course it is. Sea landscape. Well, there's no door here, just a doorway. A cast iron wood stove. A bread oven. Various ingredients. Glass jars filled with spices and pickled food. The door's locked shut. A small sign reads basement. So we've got a basement and an attic to explore. So that pipe ends up in there near the stove. What about it here? Professor Wright has an eclectic collection from old adventure novels to treatises on the occult sciences. Some of these titles, I believe, have been forbidden by the Crown. The fire burns fiercely, rendering the air thick and heavy in the room. A globe. The surface is extraordinarily detailed. Judging by the strange shape of the continents, this must derive from a fictional work or some prehistoric era. I don't know in which order to press them, so it'll stay untouched for the time being. It is locked. I can hear the racket of many boards on the other side. Alright, so I don't think there's anything else to see in here right now. Let's try these double doors right here. That just leads outdoors. There's a strange ornament on the wall. I think I can move it. I don't know what to set the symbol to. So I think we'll leave that be for now. I Thick layer of ice covers the pool of water. May I ask you something, Mrs. Oakwood? Of course, Doctor. How did the professor become afflicted? The ailment runs in his family. Mr. Wright suffers from it, as did his father and grandmother before him. It is truly a terrible thing, and to think all these years Mr. Wright knew what would become of it. May God have pity on his poor soul. The ailment that runs in Professor White's family, do you know what its symptoms are? Well, I can't speak those very long words physicians use, but I can tell you what I see in him. Professor White hardly remembers a thing from the last 40 years. It's like he's a child again. With God's mercy, he has now gone so far that it torments him no longer. I will leave you to your work. Thank you for your assistance. Have a good day, Dr. Wakefield. Well, I'm not really finding anything. Ooh, what's in here? The statue portrays a clergyman hiding his face behind a mask. The central statue portrays a cloaked figure holding a clay vessel. The vessel has a small hole in it, just large enough to see a metal object hidden inside. Can we get the metal object? No, it doesn't look like it. The queen has removed her mask. There is an empty hole where her face would be. That's not disturbing at all. Did that other mask just blink? I could have swore that other mask just blinked. This oak tree looks ancient, probably older than the manor itself. Alright, let's go back in, I guess. Tin soldier. It looks to have been painted by hand. It commemorates some military campaign I have not heard of. Ah, okay. Could it hold some special significance to Professor Wright? Perhaps it will help stimulate his memories. This might be just what we needed. I forgot what door to go in. Do you recognize this, Professor Wright? Oh, I recognize those pixelated mutton chops. That was the guy at the beginning that was sewn, that was closing off or trying to close off the mines. Ah. Sergeant Downing was sent to the front. The man that we turned was not Sergeant Downing. My dearest visitor, he will know where to look. Oh, what a time we will have. Your visitor? What do you mean, Professor? He will have seen the map, and he will know the Book of Travels. The Book of Travels? Yes, he will work it out, but it must not be too easy, no. But he will find the prize, I am sure. Prize? What on earth is he talking about, Kaufman? Something concealed, something precious. In his adult state, could he have hidden away parts of his research? He was always a proud man. He would not have easily have forgotten his most groundbreaking work. A sense of its grave importance, at least, would have remained. In his confusion, perhaps he has holed it away somewhere for this dearest visitor of his to find. Why don't you explore the manor? Perhaps something will relate to these latest ramblings. Meanwhile, I will continue my endeavors to revive his memory through conversation. Book of Travels. Book. So, I'm thinking library. There is a large volume here, quite worn. It is an illustrated edition of the Travels of Marco Polo. Perhaps this is the Book of Travels that Professor Wright mentioned? There's a mark on one of the pages. We began our journey by crossing... Oh, this is the puzzle I hate. I'm sorry to walk through this. We began our journey by crossing the unforgiving desert. always facing the setting sun. At last we arrived at the merciful side of the great ocean. We followed the coast north in dear hope of reaching our home soon. This might seem like an easy puzzle, but it's not if you have brain fog. It's not if your short-term memory consists of literally like a minute ago. So, I'm not going to remember what they said. It was not to be. The king of the land we traversed had declared war on the great Khan, so we were forced to return as we had come. We never set foot in that bloody land again. We knew there was a port just a few miles to the south where we could find a boat. Our sea voyages were short, as our sails billowed with the with the powerful southern winds. We reached the most eastern cape and landed there, our backs to the sea. We marched forth and soon reached home. Alright, I'm going to pause this while I look up a walkthrough for this, because I am not going to remember what they said. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was supposed to be the order. Okay, I'm gonna look at the walkthrough again. I forgot. I have to, I think, hold my finger on the button. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you have to keep the cursor held down for the puzzle. It seems I have triggered a hidden mechanism. A small compartment has opened in the globe. There's a sealed letter inside. It is simply addressed to my dearest visitor. Kaufman needs to see this before it is opened. Alright. I keep thinking it's the door at the end of the hall. That's the attic. Kaufman, look, I found an envelope. It was hidden inside a globe that a strange mechanism opened. You mean a frustrating mechanism? To my dearest visitor, let us see what is inside. Exactly. This is another part of intricate riddle. But to what purpose? To conceal something, perhaps? Or just the last acts of a confused and drowning mind? I am increasingly of the opinion that this is some mental construct, a riddle conjured up by the professor's failing mind. He may not have even understood what he hid. Those seeking wisdom must first know their own foolishness. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal what the cold eye of logic sees not. I remember this puzzle. I remember this riddle. A riddle, and who would that visitor be? That is unknown to me, my friend. There's only one way to answer that question. If we can find the answer to the professor's riddle, perhaps we will be able to solve this mystery. Alright, I do remember that this involves going to the bathroom. Reflect on yourself, said the riddle, and the cold eye of logic does seize on. Could there be something here hidden somehow? Okay, so we need to get the meal, I think, steamed up, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly. Let's go back downstairs. Yeah, I think I remember this puzzle, and I think I have to go into the kitchen. Oh, okay. I meant to talk to her anyway. May I ask you something, Mrs. Oakwood? Of course, Doctor. Do you know, is the professor fond of puzzles or riddles? Indeed, yes. He has long been an enthusiast of every mind game you can imagine. On better days, he would host parties every other month, themed soirees, he called them. Oh, those were good times. It seems long ago now. Alright, that's... okay. I remember we need the teapot, an old teapot. It is filled with cold water, so we need to heat that. I think there's something over here we need too. There's a matchbox here. Okay, let's take the matchbox. I may need these matches later on. And if I remember correctly, we have to heat this and then go upstairs. And then we put the teapot on. The water will cool soon. Okay, so this technically, I guess, is kind of a timed element, but they do give you plenty of time to go upstairs. So I never really had any issues with it. I mean, if you go straight to the bathroom, there's really no issue. Reflect on yourself in the heat of passion to reveal knowledge that the cold eye of logic sees not. Condensation from the teapot's steam has revealed a hidden message. I'll add this clue to the letter. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master, meet his imposing gaze, and seek to understand what lies beneath, thereby learn the question, if not the final answer. I feel like this might relate to those statues. Knowing yourself, you may look upon your master, meet his imposing gaze, and seek to... Wait. Does it have to do with the picture? Yes, look upon your master. Meet not only his imposing gaze, but seek to understand what lies beneath. As I suspected, there was a small key taped to the back of the picture frame, and a note. I'll add this clue to the letter. The question is the word from the peak of man's tallest tower. The answer yawns up to it from the... That was my phone randomly going off while I'm narrating. How rude. How rude. The answer yawns up to it from the root of life and time itself. I think, if I remember correctly, this refers to the tree that's out in the back. I almost said out front, but technically it's in the back of the house. It's the one that's older than the manor itself, I think. Am I wrong? The question is the word from the peak of man's tallest tower. Wait. Peak of man's tallest tower. Could that be a key to the attic? I mean, they said the peak of the tower. Maybe they were falling to the tallest room in the house? Maybe. Ah, bingo. A shelf covered in old ornaments, pieces of metalwork, and pipes of strange shapes. Some kind of round mechanism. Ah, okay, this shows us the symbol to put out front. It's a board. Board and a waving. Okay, so board and waving. Okay. An unusual electrical device, and I'm unfamiliar with its function, but I can tell that there's a piece of equipment missing. I don't think I have the missing piece of equipment needed for it. Obviously, I still need the matchboxes, though. The answer yawns up to it from the very root of life and time itself. I should check if there was something hidden near that tree. Okay, I should be able to interact with the tree now. Okay, so now we can go back downstairs and outside. Maybe we can interact with those. Okay, so one is a board and one is a waving, and one is time and one is... It looks like a clock, and then one is a towel. So I don't think that relates to what I'm doing yet. It looks as though something has been concealed beneath the thick roots. Another note and a key bound together. I'll add this clue to the letter. It is a truth our ancestors knew, and with stone silence, came to unknown. The key has been engraved with the shape of a feather. The room that you can heal the boards in. Okay. There is a room that you could heal a bunch of boards peeping in, so... Peep, 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 peep! I'm thinking that might be the room. I was right. Inside this cage, there is a board with a black head and orange breast. The sign reads, Pihula Pihula. Probably massacred that name. A truth that our ancestors knew and through stone silence came to unknown. There is a small compartment in the base of the bus. Inside this, a note. That only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal horror. Primal horror? Gnashing jaws of primal horror. Okay, I'm really confused on what that could mean. The board inside has a gray breast and brown wings. Passo domesticus. An embroidered cloth covers this cage. On it is written, if the boards are silent, the phrase trails off. The board inside this cage has yellowish-brown flowers. The sign on the cage reads, Cordulus flavirostus? Gnashing jaws of tail. Oh, no, priming jaws of tail? Primal jaws of tail? I don't know. I didn't see anything like that in this house. Only by entering the gnashing jaws of primal. Oh. Okay. The only thing with Jaws is like the statue. Only by entering the nest. Okay, so that was the statue. There's something hidden in the lion's mouth, a level. I think it's triggered some mechanism inside the mantle. There's also a note in here. I'll add this clue to the letter. Will you at last know the truth? Is this the final part of the riddle? I think this was the door that wouldn't open. I don't think that's it. I wonder if I missed something in the attic. Ooh! A secret passage is open at the end of the corridor. Okay. Ooh. What's this picture anyway? An engraving on paper. The script is from a language unknown to me. This looks like Professor Wright's archive. I said bring Kaufman here at once. Good thing he's like right next to me. Oh, I don't even have to walk back. Cutscene. Experiments, 1885. Let us see. Have a look at this. Be careful. There's a small key inside the folder. 1st August, 1885. Results at last. After many months of tedious observation, something has finally come from the other side. I heard the sound of footsteps exploring the proximity of the stone archway. This would seem to verify my hypothesis. Absolute horror is the key that we seek. 20th September, 1885. Now that they have proven themselves useful, I have installed 2 new devices in the outer tunnels. I dare not go deeper. I have not heard it again, but I know the thing must be still down there, in the dark. 12th November, 1885. Containment in the underground tunnel has been breached. Blank? Gone. 15th December, 1885. Wonder what they blanked out. I have no choice but to abort the experiment. It can no longer be controlled. There is but one thing left to do. I will seal the tunnel, which is what we saw him do at the beginning of the episode, and hope that the abomination remains forever entombed within. What What is this supposed to be? It seems to be a log that the professor kept during one of his experiments, almost 7 years ago. It is noteworthy that one of the entries has been redacted. But what is written in there? It cannot be true. It must be some kind of hallucination. A sign of Professor White's illness, maybe. Perhaps, though we should not jump to conclusions. We can conclude that the professor had another working place, underground. Perhaps that key opens the basement door. There could be a route through to this underground tunnel. Meanwhile, I will keep looking through these documents. There must be something more than that folder among them. This mess. Anything else in here of use? Piles of papers of all kinds, discarded notes, letters, and receipts, all mixed up. Many folders. They have no distinctive tag on them. A long series of folders with dates on them in complete disarray. A set of framed silhouettes. Under each is an inscribed plaque. Oh, you have to make the pictures match the descriptions. I remember this puzzle. Mr. Strachan was a well-positioned man. He fell madly in love with the younger daughter of the Bartleys, and so he proposed to her. Maybe it's that one? Young Agnes fancied the idea of marrying an older man, but she always hid her feelings from her mother. Mrs. Bartley did never take her eyes off her daughter and watched them at all times. Mr. Bartley tried to show his support for their daughter, but his wife never paid any attention to him. I think I got it right. That was a pretty simple, easy little puzzle. The compartment has opened in the wall. More of these. This looks like a puzzle, and then this is like a spiral. I don't know which ones to put, though. Well, we've got the basement key, so let's try to go find the basement. Do I remember where the basement is? Could this be the basement? Is this the basement? No. Oh, wait. I think the basement's through the kitchen. It's completely dark in here. I feel a cold draft coming in from the front. Is there something I can use to, like, brighten it up in there? It's too dark. I need to find something to light the way. Oh, the matches! Another match? It's very eerie because the light keeps going out as you're walking. Expect something to jump out at you. I've run out of matches. Oh no. That's not good. I can't see. No. I just heard something. It looks like I tripped into something. I've fallen through a hole. Where am I? The flow of air is stronger here. It looks like a component of some sort of machine. Maybe I can find out where to use it. A walking lantern. Now I can get out of here safely. This part of the tunnel is blocked by a cave-in. The underground tunnel is not accessible. Oh, I didn't mean to click off. The way is blocked by a cave-in. Thank goodness, a ladder! Okay, so I guess the only place to go is out. There's another one of these things, another mechanism. So there's 4 of these around the house. One's an open door and one's a closed door. I wonder if there's any hints. Oh, I don't even have the letter anymore. Ooh, okay. Well, I've got a nifty lantern. So there's that. This old furniture has been left here to rot. If we cannot access the tunnel mentioned in Professor White's log, how can we find the missing parts of his research? I must talk to Dr. Kaufman about this. I was able to use the key to explore the basement. There is a large hole in the floor. One side of the hole may lead to some sort of tunnel. But it was completely covered in rocks and debris, so I could not tell for sure. Covered in debris? It sounds as if the professor succeeded in blocking the entrance to this underground area. It is unfortunate for us. I have made some progress of my own, my friend. I think this would help us elucidate the next step in our search. Have a look. Today, a meeting finally took place. Oh, that pixel art is so nice. You see, Mr. Wright, our organization is keenly interested in your research. We could reach an agreement to fund this project, but first we need to know the details. I understand. The main factor is the condition of the test subject, how open he is to suggestion. As you know, only the human mind can open a physical passage to the other side. So a complete, absolute darkness will be required for the experience to result. A secluded place, completely isolated. A place that can only bring thoughts of what may be hiding in the dark. I have the perfect location in mind, but in total darkness and seclusion, how could the results of the experiment be studied or confirmed? That is precisely where your organization can provide help. I have designed a special device that would allow me to listen from a safe distance, but I lack the means to manufacture it myself. That we could arrange, but there is one last thing I would like to know. How would the experience be triggered? By means of a chemical compound of some kind? Do you mean a serum? Not at all. That would be of no elegance whatsoever. The trigger is the mind itself, the emotion known as terror. The primal fear that still survives in the depths of our mind from the times humans were mere beasts, which allows us to open a physical passage beyond the veil of rational thought. Primal terror is the key that we will use to open the last door. Could this organization be the playwright? It may be, my friend. If so, then we are closer to the truth than we thought. But in this room, I have been able to find only some fragments of information, discarded material. It looks as if the main bulk of documents were moved from this room and hidden somewhere else. The basement tunnel. That seems the most reasonable conclusion. But access to that place is lost, is it not? The entrance was sealed. There may be another access that we do not know about. If we could find and use the device that the professor mentions in his log, I believe we could send some light on this matter. Where do I go from here? I have a level, I have a cloth. Well, I have this level. I wonder if that is the missing piece for this device. An unusual electrical device. I'm unfamiliar with its function, but I can tell there's a piece of equipment missing. Wonder if the level is the piece missing. It is! I think it will work now. Okay. So... is it like a radio? Oh, I think I solved it. It wasn't so bad. The sound. Do my ears deceive me? Is that a piano melody? I must seek Kaufman at once. The next puzzle just presents a new puzzle. Not to state the obvious, but it sounds as if someone is still down there, playing the piano of all things. But how is that even remotely possible? I do not know, but this means something important to us. It means there is another entrance to the underground tunnel, and that we must find it. But we have run out of leads. You did not find anything of use in the archive. And Professor White continues to mutter incoherently about childhood memories. You must hypnotize the professor. I'm fine. We are running out of options. This might be the only way to find the answers we seek. Look at this candle. Fix your eyes upon it. Your body is as light as a feather. Everything around you fades. You're entering a dark, endless void. Listen to my voice. Where are you? A great number of trees surround me. The sun is setting soon. I can go north and west. Go north. I stand beside a waterfall. Excuse me. It is not water that falls, but mud and rock from a great height. They fall and fall into a bottomless abyss. Behind the waterfall to the east lies a tunnel. To the west I see the edge of the forest. Go east. I am in a dark tunnel. Oscar is here as well. He is upset. He yells at me, begs me to stop. The tunnel divides into many passages. I can go north, south, and west. Well, west I think would lead out, so go north. I am in a large open space with a piano. Something stands next to the piano. I can't see it clearly. Its face. The tunnel stretches into the dark. Walk down the tunnel. It is a very small room. In the center lies a deep pit. A ladder goes down. It is so dark. Down there it lies. It waits. I will not continue. I must go back. Go down the ladder. I cannot. I can hear it with me. Its breath. Dear God, I must flee. You must continue. It waits for me. It waits down there. I have gone down the ladder. I I cannot see. It is pitch dark. I can feel its breath. It is here. It is with me. Enough! We went too far, my friend. You're right. I did not think you would react this way. You did well by stopping the trance, Kaufman. I think it would be best if we leave it for today. Let us return to the inn. Reflect tonight on what we have witnessed here. Tomorrow, let's discuss the next steps in our investigation. January 21st, 1893. Come in. Kaufman, are you alright? Worry not, Wakefield. I am just feeling a bit feeble. It must be all this cold and humidity. Nothing serious. I would like to know your opinion about what we heard during yesterday's session. Do you remember anything that could help us in our search? The seaside? The sea was a recurring theme during the hypnotic regression. Yes, it is true. Maybe the entrance to the tunnel is somewhere closer to the coast. Professor White mentioned a man that shouted at him near the entrance to the tunnel, begging him not to continue. I cannot remember his name. Very good. It was Oscar. We should attempt to find him. He may know something about Professor White's fears. If we can find this man, I am sure we will shed some light upon the mystery. Why don't you go to the village and try to find out something about Oscar? My apologies, but I must stay here and recover my strength. Well, we can go to Wickport Inn and Town Square now. To the Town Square we go. The window is closed shut. Okay. Everyone just shut their windows and doors to me? Is that it? This is the door of the Church of Wickport. Oh, we are near the sea now. An old rotting boat rests on the shore. The name Providence is written on the side. An old rusty bronze bell, typical of a seafaring vessel, that is engraved with the name Augustine. I'll take the bell. Someone may be able to tell me more about it. This old ship is completely wrecked. Some abandoned wooden planks. Perhaps they are here for the repair of local fishing boats. It is closed. Excuse me, are you spying on me? I am sorry, I did not mean to. You're not from these parts, are you? No, I'm just passing through. Are you alright? Yes. Could you do me a favor? For a long time I've wanted to visit the tomb of my lover, but I cannot leave the house due to my illness. Could you please leave these flowers there? No one in this village would do this service for me. Alright, where's this place? Oh, you could not know how grateful I am. You are a good, kind person. You could go to the graveyard through that path right there. The name you need to look for is Cardle. So now we've gained access to the graveyard. Why were you spying on me? Oh, do not put it like that. It sounds so terrible. I watch folk passing by. I cannot leave the house, so I spend my days at the window. It is awful interesting. You learn a lot about people this way, you know. Really? What can you tell me about myself? I've only observed you for a while, but I can tell you on an important mission, looking for someone dear. There's a weird worry over your shoulders and a long way ahead of you. Well, that was remarkable. I'm frankly astonished. Would you happen to know a man named Oscar? Yes, of course. Oscar was a priest of Wickport's Paris. You can find the church right there in front of my house. He is a man who has lost his purpose. I see him walking aimlessly in the morning and evening, nervous and doubtful. What can you tell me about Father Oscar? He is a man who has lost his purpose. Okay, so just repeating it. I said go. Thanks for everything and have a good day. Alright, let's go. What's this building? The Fisherman's Lodge. Let's check this place out for us before we head to the graveyard. Good morning. Let me drink in peace. Are you a ship captain? Why, what's it to you? Does I look like a captain? Because of your hands, calloused by years of knotting rope and weary limb line. Any fisherman has hands like these. Because of your coarse skin, weathered by years of salt and wind. You met many folk in Wickport yet. It's common enough around these parts. Because of the hat you're wearing? Ha! A hat don't make a captain, Townie. You can buy a hat like this in any flea market in England. Because of the 3 earrings you're wearing. You have doubled the 3 capes, is that right? Indeed I have. Good hope. Leewin and Horn. Therefore I hold the right to stand before kings and piss against the wind. That's nice. That's so nice. If I dies in the sea, these 3 wings, I pay my weight. But no, that'll not happen now. Do you mean you will not set sail again? I love the sea more than anything. It's my passion, my freedom, and my life. But there are many things about him that we do not know. They are all far from the coast and the deep dark, things that we are still unprepared to behold. Believe me, those things await deep down. Have you seen any of those things? No, but you may have heard 1 or 2 of the stories the fishermen tell about things seen out there. It is not but tales for young'uns, mere superstition for men too cowardly to face the dark. Any good seaman knows that in the strong wind a stretched rope can shake it seen. I myself have mistaken such keening for the wail of a child. But there was one time it was nothing of the sort. Then the sea howled. It was not thunder, not a strong wave clashing with my ship. No, it was like a voice, spoke to me in a language I cannot describe, a sound muttered by a living something, a call unlike anything I had heard before. And I understood. What did you understand? I understood there was no more freedom for me, that the sea now had other lords, and whoever they were, I did know they would not share it. What happened then? As I navigated back to shore, I lost control of my ship in a great storm. The rocks of the cliffs did the rest. I do not know where the remains of my dear Augustine ended up. Ah, I think I have the bell for his boat. With the passing of years and tides, I looked for them once, for many moons, but all I found was this bar on the bottom of an empty glass. I've never returned to the shore since. May she forgive me. Now leave me be. I will leave you alone to your thoughts. You have the gratitude of me and my whiskey. All the blathering worked up a white sore thirst. Expect him to go aye. Why, that bell is from Augustine, my Augustine. Where on earth did you find it? I found it on the beach near the shipwreck. I thought I would never see it again. I will clean it and make it shine anew. Wickport beach? Our beach? Why, I must go straight away. Oh, to be reunited with my poor Augustine. What will remain of her? No, I dare not go. Oh, but I must. Good day to you, sir. I did my good deed of the day. This lady is dressed rather elegantly for someone who came to drink in a place like this. Those two fishermen have just given me a suspicious look. Good morning. Want a drink? I wonder if you know when the church will open. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer. Church? Let me give you some advice. Barmaids ain't the people to ask about church opening hours. This here bar is my church. Most of the village have come to see things my way, too. We pray is here these days. The whole village has forsaken the church, but why? The town is forsaken. No walk on the coast these days, see? Few can make a living. Most of the vessels and sailors have up and left. Half the cottages lie abandoned. Those who stayed, they barely leave their homes, except to come here, of course. But surely there must be more than just this. Many coastal towns face the same struggle, but none lie abandoned. Well, there's rumors, silly stories if you ask me. But some take them real serious. Vessels, big dependable guys. They'll tell you they've seen stuff out there on the water, apparitions, shapes among the rocks. I say it's the booze talking, and I said no. Who could see anything in all that mess anyway? But vessels, they're superstitious. Folk believe the tales, and one by one they just didn't come home no more. Have you ever met Professor Wright? The professor? Saw him every other day as a young'un, always involved in the village. He was la-di-da right, but folk respected him. He got stuck in. Didn't last though, shut himself away, started getting visitors from out of town. He stopped coming to the village eventually. Last I heard he'd gone crazy. None of us knows for sure though. Been years since I saw him. What can you tell me about Captain Morval? Does he come here often? Fred, he's a regular. A sad, lonely drunk. I will leave you to your work. Godspeed. I think I poked enough around here. An old poster of a local traditional sport. The wheel taken from the helm of a ship, perhaps a trinket from the owner's days as a ship's helmsman. Maybe we should check on the fishermen at the beach before we continue on to the graveyard. Neither the cracks in your hull nor your flaking paint, none of it matters. You're beautiful as ever, Augustine. Today we will watch the sunset together. Good sir, and I cannot put into words what a great service you have rendered this drunken knave, just as you, a stranger, have brought me to my lost treasure. May this old sailor's spyglass, in whatever way it can, help light the way to yours. Take it. It is a gift from the heart. Well, that was actually useful coming back then. This is quite a long episode. I'm used to beating these things in like 40 to 60 minutes. I think this one's running a wee bit over. To the graveyard. I feel like I'm coming up on the ending soon though. Rose Carter, 1840-1885. Bury my body with the salted driftwood, with the green seaweeds and worn-out ropes, where I can feel the cold autumn breeze. Gerald Bailey, 1810-1875. Farewell to those of you that walk beside my grave. Here I lie, my name written on stone under the sun. Mary Jane Bennett, 1861-1890. Do not bring flowers to this place, for rum is all I crave. Now I rest under the same stars I sailed by when alive. Daniel Appleton, 1798-1842. That was an early one. There's no name, date, or epitaph on this gravestone. Huh, okay. Wind-swept, old gnarly trees clinging under the cliff of what roots remain. Someday it will fall into the ocean below. Good morning, I'm Dr. Wakefield. You come from the town, don't you? You needn't answer. I know by your accent. Be careful around these cliffs. This is no place for tourists. It's hardly a place for anyone now. The man snorts. You best be on your way back. Strange things have been happening here. What do you mean? Seamen and fishermen alike swear to have heard voices in the rising tide. Inhuman screams, some of them say. And there are some who claim to have witnessed ungodly things in the dead of night. I once saw a ghastly thing crawling out there amongst the rocks. That thing, the one you saw on the rocks, can you tell me more about it? Late night it was, me on my boat, fishing. That's when I gets the best catch. Then I saw it. Not under the water, as the others say. It was on a rock, perched there, like it was smelling for something. The shape of it, like nothing I ever saw before. Not walking on the earth, nor swimming in the sea. The thing was big and hunched over, like a crouching man. The way it moved, it made my flesh crawl. Whatever it was, the mist itself was its ally, hiding it from my bare eyes, and in the end, disappearing away altogether. I swear, should I see that horror again, I will take my most vicious harpoon and thrust it so deep in its wretched body that I'll have to bury them together. People have heard screams coming from the sea. Bloody drunks. They say the sea howls at them, as if there was something new. So what are you doing up here? I come here when I can to watch the sword, just in case that thing comes back. The mist down there is just too thick. I can see better from here, even if my eyes are not what they used to be. Damn it, if I could somehow regain my one-star eyesight again, by God I would impale that around an ace of the sword. Oh, I have the telescope for you. Here, would this help you watch the sword? Why, it is old to be sure, but the telescope's been patched up to a rare beauty. You have my thanks, stranger, I'm indebted. What is that, on the cliff there? Well, blow me, if it isn't the Wright's old summer house. I thought it entirely destroyed. It looks like you can get there using the old cliff path. Excuse me, did you say the Wright's summer house? Ooh, okay. Well, yes, I never saw it myself. I was too young at the time. But everyone around here knows the story well. It was a terrible tragedy, you see. One night, there was a landslide just beneath the house. Most of the building fell sheer into the sea, leaving only yonder ruins. Many died, though by a miracle young Master White was spared. You can see it from here, look. Right there on the other side of the beach. Do you see it? And it's been marked on my map, the cliff. Okay, let's go ahead and solve this graveyard puzzle and see exactly where I'm supposed to leave these flowers at. How am I supposed to guess who they go to? I don't know who they go to. Yeah, I have no idea who to give these flowers to. Maybe if I look at the... Maybe if I look again? Rose Cardinal. 2025. I don't think it's them. It could be them. I don't think it's them. I think if I remember correctly, I think it's the first one. I guess I got it right. The bells of the church. It seems the priest is calling mass. It looks like I got it right. Let's head back, I guess, to the town square. I've left the flowers on your lover's grave, as you asked. Thank you so much. I am in your debt. Let me see. What can you tell me about the barmaid? Eva is a woman with a strong character. Once I saw her kick out a group of drunk sailors from the pub without a doubt. She is in a bad mood lately, because business is not what it used to be. She will not leave the village, though, as did the others. Let me see. What can you tell me about Captain Morvale? Poor Fred is always drunk. In the old times, when he was not sailing, he had long walks on the beach and looked happy. But now, where is the occasion when he gives a quick glance at the coast? He has lost all hope. Well, at least I was able to restore some of his hope. Speaking of which, I think I'll check on him. Okay, he's still here. I don't think there's anything else here. I can check out the church finally, though. The window's been boarded up. Oh no, more boarded up windows. Confessional. So Wickport serves a Catholic congregation. Good morning. Good morning, my son. What's the matter, father? What has happened to your parishioners? The village has seen bleak times. Many have left, and the rest have lost their faith. Every day I ring the bells, but no one answers. May God have mercy on their souls. Why do you suppose that is? I could not say. The mist that shrouds this ghost and the shapes that soar within have long been a source of hearsay. Or hearsay? But lately the stories people tell are not of pirates and smugglers, but something more sinister. Some say the devil himself has come to our shore. It is a rumor I dare not disregard. Are you personally acquainted with Professor White? Why, yes, of course. Adam was... well, though, is not merely a parishioner, but one of my closest friends. Since our youth, we enjoyed many scholarly, but sometimes quite fervent discussions, he being an anthropologist and myself a theologian. That is, until he fell ill. But since he is like that, I have not visited him. I must go, father. Wait a moment, please. I need to ask for a small favor. Please give this to Adam. I don't know if it will mean anything to him now, but it will bring peace to my soul if there was some token of friendship resting by his side. Well, it seems we can go to White Manor. Now, directly back there. A humble altar made of unadorned marble. This neglected and decaying cross reflects the faith of the villagers all too well. Picture two young men. They could be Professor White and Father Oscar. What's up the cliff? A vertiginous drop? I've never seen that word before. I can see the waves cross relentlessly against the rocks below. It's been a long time since I played this episode. I think it's because I've played Season 2 a lot less than I have Season 1. These rocks look like the remains of a landslide. I think it's because Season 2 is significantly longer than Season 1. An empty wardrobe. Its wood is rotted from long exposure to the sea air. This landscape shows the house as it was before the landslide ruined it. Excuse me, everyone. There's a peculiar indentation in the stone. Okay. I don't have what I need for it, obviously. I think we should probably go back to the white mantle now. I'm not quite knowing where to start. I don't quite know where to start. I suppose I can give him the photo? Main door is closed from the inside. Ah, okay. Let's probably open it. It's locked. Oh wait, that door's locked. I'm disoriented. Why is it dark in here? Oh no, not that book again. Fire was out. How did this happen? I see the peeps are still okay. Cage covered with an embroidered cloth. The end of a phrase is written on it. A visitor will call. Oh! Is it a continuation of this one? If the boards fall silent, a visitor will call. There's no board inside. Coat stand. It's a simple wooden wardrobe. There's nothing of interest here. Yeah, this is definitely a new room. This wasn't open before. There's a closed chest here. A key inside. Nothing else inside. Oh, I definitely don't want to go back down there again. That place was creepy. This has been a long video. My apologies, everyone. I really forgot how long episode 2 of season 2 was. I'm hoping that episodes 3 and 4 are not nearly as long. I mean, I've been enjoying it, don't get me wrong, but I usually do not do really long videos like this. I can't open that. It won't open. Well, the key won't work on that one. Nothing in the bathroom. Oh, now the door's closed? The door's locked with a key. Professor White is not here. What happened? There's an open book on the floor. The Book of Boards. The Book of Boards. It is a compilation of legends related to boards. Some of the text has been marked. The boards were traveling to meet their king when they reached a crossroads. The wretched crow tried to lead them astray and onto the path of mist. Many boards followed him and were lost forever beyond that veil. Only the wisdom of the crested hoopoe and the prudence of the red-feathered robin. Oh, the boardroom. That's what I have to do. Do I put the cloths maybe on top of those two? Could lead the remaining 28 boards back onto the path of righteousness, ever since the boards have sung their praise, for without the hoopoe and the robin, silence would have fallen forever. Professor Wright's dressing gown and slippers. Large wardrobe of engraved wood. Okay, it doesn't open. We want to go to the peep room. That's what we want to do. That's not the peep room. I forgot. I'm getting disoriented already. So, let's see. Red-feathered robin and crested hoopoe. That's a Pula. Corvus Cornix. Oh, Poopa Pops. Tortoise Pula. Castle Domesticus. I'm not even gonna attempt that one. Lucinia Mega Ventures? I don't even know. Lost Brown Feathers. I don't even know. Okay, that might be the robin. Crested hoopoe and red-feathered robin. That might be the robin. But inside grows suddenly quiet. Crested hoopoe. Maybe that's the crested hoopoe? Yep, I got it right. All the boards have suddenly stopped their chittering. Sounds as if there's someone at the door. The door has been opened. They really know how to build unease in this game. In this whole series, actually. Huh. Well, they just helped themselves. Does that mean they're in the house? Maybe we should go back upstairs. Yep, definitely. Now we can enter here. Oh, I think that's Professor Wright. Oh God, Mr. Wright. The poor man, it looks as if his heart gave out on him, his eyes. My God, they are fixed with an expression of utmost terror. Let me see. His fists are clenched. He is holding onto something. It is some kind of stone figurine. He is holding it tightly as if he was protecting it from someone. The figurine is beautifully carved, but it appears to be one half of a larger artifact. I wonder if I find the other half, if that's what fits in that fragment section at the vacation house? An old wardrobe. Can't open it. The window is open. A cold wind blows into the room. A cheerful scene that would have lifted my heart on any other day. It stands in stark contrast to the tragedy that has befallen this house. There's a thin layer of dust on the coat rack, but not on the coat. This is serious. I must break the news to Kaufman. And of course the local authorities will have to be informed. Kaufman! What is the matter? Kaufman! Do not worry. I have given him a mild sedative. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Armitage. The innkeeper called me because he was worried about your friend. Pleased to meet you. I am Dr. Wakefield. What are Kaufman's symptoms? Strong coughing, general feebleness, dizziness. It is too soon yet for a diagnosis. It could be a simple cold, but the sudden onset and severity of his symptoms is certainly a concern. He must be monitored for the next few hours at least. Do not worry, Dr. Wakefield. I will remain here and take care of your friend. Kaufman is asleep. He breathes heavily and looks very pale. Doctor, this is far from my specialty, but do you think it could be something more serious? It is too soon to know. Let us wait and see how his condition develops. I don't know if I really trust that doctor. I should respect Kaufman's privacy. Kaufman's coat. Okay. Not quite sure where to go next. Let's go to the graveyard. I think I remember having to go here. Trying to remember things. Still concerned about this unmarked grave. I will not waver my determination to destroy that thing, not while this whole body of mine endures. I don't know where to go. Nothing on that grave. There's nothing there. Okay, so I just got done consulting a walkthrough and I missed something. I missed an entire puzzle. Two puzzles that kind of work together as one puzzle. So yeah, I missed an entire puzzle, and because of that, I have to go back, follow a walkthrough, and solve this puzzle. This whole game, I've been puzzling and puzzling over what these things do. Well, these are actually tied to the statues in the garden. Let me solve these first, and then I'll show you where the statues are. I had alluded to them earlier on in this video and shown you. It's the garden statues that have a mask on. Well, I end up always getting stumped on this puzzle and missing it because there's really nothing in the game that tells you what to do or where to go. It is very easy to completely miss this puzzle and then have to go back like I am now and redo it. So, I'm going to show you the exact location and order, not order, but exact location and images to set each of these to. Okay, so you're going to want to set the one outside to this image. Okay, and then let me locate the others. Okay, so follow me. We're going to go upstairs, and we're going to go into the attic. It's very easy to miss. Okay, and then there's one here. We're going to set this one to the board in flight. And then we're going to... Oh, actually, there's one over here. Is there one over here? Yes, there is. So there's one over here in the secret study. And we're going to set this one to... I believe it's to the puzzle. Let me double check. Yes, it is to the maze puzzle, whatever it is. So then the last one we have to set is the basement. Now I just have to try to remember where the basement is. I think it's through here. And like I said, there is nothing in this game that alludes to where to go, what to do, how to find this puzzle. You know that the puzzle exists because obviously you find these like little stone tablets that you can change in the game, and you know that it's a puzzle, but you don't know what to do with them. And this one in the basement set to the open door. There are no hints to tell you which ones to set them to. And they don't even really allude to the fact that they are tied in directly to the statues in the garden. So I'm gonna make sure that I actually set these all to the right excuse me, setting. I'm going to go outside and then head to the garden with the statues and show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so as you see, all of these have removed their mask. Each one removes the mask for each one that you set properly. So for each properly set stone tablet indoors, one removes their mask. When all the masks are removed, this statue in the center will drop an item. The clay vessel held by the statue and are broken into many pieces. There is an object among them. It must have been hidden inside. It looks like a compass. It must be broken since it does not point north. Okay. So now we've got the compass. Now we can go about our business and we can go back to what we were doing and hopefully get the second half of the stone tablet. Okay, so now we can go back to the graveyard. And miraculously, as if spirits have spoken to him, our character here will actually go and dig up a grave to get the second fragment. And all you need is the compass, which the compass will lead you straight to it. See? It will actually point to it. The compass points to this grave. Again, they don't tell you what the compass is for or anything. This is an entirely missable puzzle, and I hope that maybe this video helped some of you out, because I know it helped me because I was stumped. I always get stumped in the exact same spot on this episode. There's something buried here. You think? An engraved stone. It seems to be only one half of a larger statuette. Okay, let's combine them. Joined together, the two pieces form an intricately carved figurine or idol. It is ancient, without a doubt. Okay, now we've got that. We can go now back to the cliff. And we place it in here. It has triggered some secret mechanism. There's a passage behind the fireplace. It seems to lead into the cliff. This must be the entrance to the underground tunnel. I must go on. There's a note on the floor. Whatever you find down here, do not stop. Okay. I think to find our way through this, we have to try to remember the directions when we hypnotized Professor White before. I think it might be tied into that. If it is, I'm gonna get lost. I might be consulting a walkthrough for this as well. Yeah, I think this is, yeah, I think we have to follow, when we hypnotized Professor White before. Or we could just take our time and explore down here. It is some viscous substance. It could be some kind of fungus, or maybe the decomposed remains of an animal. Ooh, that's not good. There's a wide pit in the middle of the chamber. It descends deep into the dark. I think I hear the sound of the sea far below. Let's try going north. Let's try in here. I think I hear something. This part of the cave is blocked by a cave-in. Okay. Where to then? I'm lost. Okay. Ooh. These are human remains. The flesh is gone, but the bones look undisturbed. How long have they lain here? How on earth did Professor White and how alert the authorities? I must press on. What possible research could have led to this? I feel like maybe we're onto something here now. Let's try down here first. Well, that's eerie. The hole goes deep into the wall of the cave. We'll try this direction instead. Oh, we're definitely onto something now. Uh-oh. Okay, the piano playing stopped. There's a strange metal device hanging from the ceiling. There's a grand piano placed in the middle of the room. Who could have been playing piano down here? Crossroads. Let's go in here. Since our characters seem to look up. I don't even know what that is. The Drawing represents a human figure stepping through some sort of archway or door. These seem like ancient ruins of some kind. I've always felt like The Last Door, the series, would make such a good movie. Or even like a sword sew. A strange metal device hanging from the ceiling. Again with the strange device. I don't know how much longer this goes on. Maybe this is the end of it. I think it is. What is this place? A strange machine. It does not seem to be working anymore. There's a note on the floor. Who was gone will be back, not the same, but somehow changed. Because that which lurks behind the door waits, and no one that has crossed through can hope to escape its blessing. I must tell Kaufman about all of this. These clothes are torn down to unrecognizable shreds. There's a tag in here with 2 initials, H.A. There's a large archway carved on the stone wall of the cave. Okay, I guess we have to go through the cave, or through the maze all over again. What the heck? What was that? Part of the wall's stone seemed to have dislodged from it, leaving behind a large dark hole. Ooh. I think we all saw something we wish we hadn't of. That was pure nightmare fuel. Pure nightmare fuel. Oh my gosh, we finished episode 2, finally. I think there's still a mini-sode or 2 to play, but this video was so long as it is. I will attempt to leave timestamps for anyone that is struggling with the puzzle on finding the compass and whatnot. So, and the second piece of the statuette. So I will leave that as a timestamp. Hopefully that helps all of you out. I will also leave the maze as a timestamp because yeah, that was pretty confusing. I hope you all enjoyed this video, this really long video, and I hope you're still enjoying this series, and that it's not dragging on for anyone, and that you all love this game as much as I do. I'll see all of you on the next video. Bye!